Hello Pisces, welcome to your Quickie reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Today we're going to be going through your week. When I talk about week, I'm talking about April 5th through April 11th. This is a microscope on a short period of time, so even though some of this might seem rather, ominous, just remember that the energy on the table is going to pass quickly. We'll take a sneak peek as to how this particular situation might play out in the future. Okay, with all that said, let's get started. Interesting, normally I see this type of duality in Gemini readings more than Pisces readings. So if maybe you have Gemini highly aspected in your chart, but I did think of Gemini as soon as I put these two oracle cards down. What you have here, you did choose the bushfire card, and the bushfire card is generally, anger that has gotten out of control. It is the fire element for sure, and it is something that happens when it's something that is uncontrollable. At the same time, you have my ultimate happiness oracle here. So what is it you're struggling with here this week, Pisces? There's a struggle here on the table of some kind. You're teetering between these two. So you do have here the Page of Pentacles, and in this deck, this is the card of procrastination. There might be something that you're putting off here. The Page of Pentacles in reverse, by the way. And I am going by the oracles and the tarot in this particular deck. This is sort of an experiment I'm doing with this deck. So whatever it is I know about the cards is sort of going out the window in lieu of a combination of tarot and oracle. So you do have the card of procrastination. What decision here are you putting off? Are you putting something off? Do you feel a sort of loyalty towards someone or something, and it's making it confusing to make a choice between two things? Is there some sort of activity or decision that has the potential to anger you? So you're burying your head in the sand here? I remember speaking to someone on this. Actually, it was Gemini too. And I called it petrified ostrich mode. He would stick his head in the sand and just refuse to acknowledge what was going on because he didn't want to deal with the negativity of the situation. So I'm wondering if that reflects something you might be going through this week. You do have the Star, which is a beautiful card of hope, especially in this particular deck. Very hopeful. It's Aquarius energy. Here's more fixed energy coming here with the Wheel of Fortune, and this is destiny. I have a feeling this is an important week for someone. I have a feeling that the choices you make this week are going to impact you a little heavier than previous weeks. We're going to double clarify this, but so far it's pretty interesting, especially for a Pisces reading. Like I said, I usually see this very often in Gemini readings, but not Pisces. So let's say you do have the Page of Pentacles, which we identified as some sort of procrastination, something that this is the Emperor, and this is Aries energy, right? Are you being loyal to someone that perhaps? The Emperor in reverse is generally a character in our life that may be using their position of power in a negative way. Really wondering if some of you are dealing with someone, and that is what this bushfire is about. Perhaps you're trying to temper someone in your life here out of loyalty. I'm not saying it's right or wrong right now. You maybe it's not you, Pisces, and that would make more sense to me. I'm not saying Pisces people can't get mad, but this really did look like my first thought was Aries, and I should have probably said that, but yeah, Is there a person in your life that you're loyal to that threatens to be a bushfire this week? Are you trying to temper them? Show me this loyalty card, please. Show me this loyalty card. Yeah, you have the Six of Cups. This is somebody that has been in your life for a very long time. This is the card of nostalgia. Looking back on your life and memories of this person, of this situation. Yeah, it's... Show me the star here for Pisces, Spirit. You do have the Six of Pentacles, which is help, right? Perhaps you're lending perhaps you have hope for this person, for this situation. You have hope and you're helping them this week in some way. Again, I'm not saying anything bad. We all need help sometimes. We all have anger issues sometimes. I'm not saying this person's bad because I haven't seen evidence of that. I'm just seeing evidence of you trying to help someone here. Show me this Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. This might be, you know, it is the Page of Cups, right? It is somebody making some sort of an offer, a communication. A communication. Somebody that you had faith in. Somebody that you have hope for. You're hopeful here. But you're addressing a bushfire. Who is this bushfire? You know, the Emperor is Aries, but it doesn't have to be Aries. It could just be somebody that is stepping into this power, stepping into this sort of energy this week. Is there an angry person around you here? Is somebody asking you for something, Pisces? Somebody asking you for help here. It looks that way. They might look at you like you have your shit together in more than one way. Just be careful because the Tower is peeking its head out here. You might regret something. Whoever is reading this says you have a very big heart. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, it seems very, very specific. So if it doesn't resonate with you as a Pisces, I apologize. You should really check your other placements because sometimes I get these readings that are just so specific. I know they're not going to hit, you know, a great deal of people, but it'll hit the right people. So there is something somebody is going to ask you for something. Somebody is drawing upon your kindness. Somebody is drawing upon your loyalty. There's something going on that you may regret doing in the future. You have attraction here, and the attraction, they might, you know, yeah, of course they might be attracted to you, but they might be attracted, Pisces, to this radiance that you have. They might be attracted to the fact that you seem like you're on a satisfactory path in your life. There is an attraction here. It's either them to you or you to them, or perhaps both. Inheritance. For some of you, this definitely has something to do with money, because there's too many signs of that. And if it doesn't have something to do with money, it has something to do with your kindness, something that's inherent within you. It's inherent within you. Inspiring. They may feel inspired by you. They may see you as an abundant source in more than one way. They see that you're moving forward with your life. It looks like you're doing something with your life that they are drawn to. You have a stubborn energy here on the table. Is that you? Are you stubbornly holding on to a memory? Are you stubbornly holding on to your loyalty? I've done that. I'm a Pisces stellium, so I understand that inclination. Sometimes as Pisces placements, we hold on to things in a stubborn way, even though common sense tells us it's really not good for us. But we do it anyway. It's sort of almost being sacrificial, right? And here, this person, and here it is. Here's more fire energy. This person may be selfish. The King of Wands is denoted in this deck as a selfish person. This is a selfish person who sees your light. What are their motivations, Pisces? You have to look at that. You don't want to regret this. You did have regret. You may be devoted. You may have been devoted in the past. This really reeks of narcissism to me. You have the Lovers here. And in this deck there is jealousy. This is in reverse, but in this deck this is jealousy. They might be jealous of the direction your life is taking. They might be jealous of this. I swear part of me wanted to say jealous. I don't know if I did before. But it's not jealousy in the way that, someone sees that you're losing weight and looking good and you have a glow up and so they're jealous. This is more of somebody that's drawn to you because you have what they lack. You have something that they lack. And so they're curious. They're curious about it. They're drawn to it. Be careful. You really do need to look for more. Oh, see, look at that. They're going to ask you for something here. They're going to appeal to your sense of charity. They're going to appeal to your sense, to your sweet soul. Transition. I think they see that you have made changes. Be careful. I was attracted to someone who had a sort of vampiric tendency, Pisces, and this person would latch on to someone who was lacking what they had, light within them, positivity, beauty, all the things that would light up someone's life. They were lacking. They were living in darkness in many, many respects. And I really thought it was my duty to pull this person up and clean them up and make them better, make them happy. And they lapped it up like a dog laps up milk. And they continued to do that until I was wrung dry. And all the things that they liked about me began to disappear and shrivel. And they weren't loyal to me when that happened. They sort of just moved on to the next thing. So, what I'm saying to you is that you may not have experience with this type of energy. It's unclear to you. But you're going to have to make a choice soon. Don't be ignorant. And here we have this again. Cruelty, the Emperor in reverse. This is a warning for someone. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a warning. I am going to pull 2 of these tea leaves for you. Be very careful with this situation. Somebody sees your light. For Pisces, please. Cracked cup. Dissatisfaction with life. Yes. This person is dissatisfied with their life. And that is why they're attracted to you. Give me one more for Pisces, please. Give me one more for Pisces, please. A period of ill health, depression. You know, the story I told you sort of holds true. I was the light. I was sucked dry. And then I went through this period of ill health and depression. I didn't look good. I didn't feel good. And it was because that life force was being drained out of me by a very cruel person. And you know, I don't even think this person consciously set out to do all this, but it was a pattern in this person's life. So please make the right choice and be careful. Be very careful. You have a choice here. We did see that with the where is it? The Magician, right? In this deck, the Magician represents a choice, right? And your choice, your future hinges on this choice. It's probably not in your nature to be mean, and I'm not saying that you should be, but you should be protecting this light inside you from everything, Now, I showed you what the future holds if you go down this path. Now, this is what the future will hold if you make the choice not to. You do have here the 9 of Pentacles, which is success. Your success. Nobody's handing this to you. This is something that you have earned. You also have here the North Star. Following your dreams. When we see the star, right? When we saw the star here on the table, and it's underneath all this, I don't want to ruin this, but you remember it. At first glance, I didn't know what to make of this reading for a Pisces. Remember when I was very confused. But now that it's all coming together, that star is you, Pisces. Yes, it represents Aquarius, but I think in this reading, it represents you. When you are the star, people are drawn to your light. And sometimes the people that are drawn to your light aren't very nice. They don't have good intentions. They don't have intentions to shine with you. They have intentions to steal your light on an energetic level. Show me one for Pisces, please. Show me one for Pisces. Do you have the moon? Right? The moon, the moon, interestingly enough, yes. I mean, the moon to me is clouded, being clouded, not thinking clearly, perhaps hidden things. But look what else is in the picture here with this moon. Star. You are the star. Protect your light at all costs, Pisces. Namaste. Hello, Aquarius. This is your quickie reading. This is going to cover April 5th through April 11th. It's a microscope on a short period of time. We're doing something a little different this week. I'm using these tarot cards as tarot and oracle. So the meanings are a little different from what I'm going to refrain from doing what I normally do. I think you'll understand once we get the reading started. I did Pisces already, and it's pretty interesting. I'm going backwards this week. So let's look at these oracle cards first. What's interesting is it looks like there's two things going on here. You might be trying to make a decision, and you don't know whether to use your head or your heart. You're trying to balance the two and perhaps make a decision. There might be something here that's trying to weasel their way, I don't know, trying to take something from you, Aquarius, trying to weasel their way back in, maybe. There's a volcano that threatens to erupt in this situation. It's brewing right under the surface. You do have boredom here. You know, you might be bored. You might be going through a week where you're a little bored with the situation. Sometimes boredom can be bad for an Aquarian because they make bad decisions sometimes during that time. You do have the Lovers, Gemini energy, but you know, more than that, this is a commitment of some kind that's here on the table. There is a person that's coming into your energy here, Aquarius, who comes harmoniously. All right? They do come harmoniously. They come bearing, I'm not going to say bearing gifts so much, but bearing the gift of harmony and love and light. You have to understand that there's going to be consequences for this if you make the wrong choice. This does not look like a good person, a good character. It looks like a dark energy to me. There is something brewing under the surface that can have consequences later. Let's clarify some of these cards. You have this boredom card. Show me the boredom card, please. Show me this boredom card. Game over. Perhaps the situation was over. Perhaps this defensive energy that you had is giving birth to some boredom. There might have been a relationship that's over that's trying to come back here. You have the Lovers. Show me the Lovers, please. And you have the Nine of Cups reversed. This is not what it seems to be, Aquarius. Somebody might come wearing a mask of good. Somebody might come trying to be all love and light. Maybe you're trying to make a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision, and you're trying to figure it out. You do feel the darkness. You're an extremely intuitive sign. You're an air sign, but you are the water bearer. You are very intuitive. You do feel it. What you may not see, although you may feel it under the surface, there is a volcano brewing under the surface. There is something that threatens your peace here. There are worse things than boredom, is my point. Show me this harmony. The Queen of Pentacles. So this person might come in bearing gifts. Maybe they have promises of stability. Show me this Judgment card for Aquarius, please, Spirit. The Five of Cups. Spirit is giving you a message here. Your judgment, the decisions you make here, they're important. Look at the bottom of the deck. Page of Cups, but look at the picture. I don't know if you could see that, but it's a message, an incoming message. And it says ex-asshole. So, yeah. You know, it's interesting. I did Pisces before this, and it's not exactly the same as Pisces, but it's similar. It's similar type of energy where you're going to be called upon to make a decision, and this decision will have tentacles into your future. So choose wisely here, Aquarius. You do have the King of Swords coming out as a possibility for you, and I like this. Choose your head. Choose your head. Be the visionary and choose your head. Frustration. Remember the frustration that you had in this situation before. I think this is a situation that's coming back around. Try to remember your frustration. Be logical about this. Remember your soul's purpose. And this is the moon. This is cloudy. This is you may feel clouded with this situation. You may feel very clouded. You do have here wastefulness. Don't waste this time. Don't waste this time. Don't waste this energy on an old situation that failed you. There's something that failed you that's coming back around. You have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which is instability. I do think this person brought you frustration and instability in the past. You have a choice. You do have a choice. Are you going to reach back in time for this instability? Because it is a volcano waiting to erupt. There's no value in this for you. Are you going to choose the hardship again? Or are you going to go for the satisfaction? The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. You have a choice to make. This person may have been your wish fulfillment in the past, but they're no longer they are no longer that. Your wish fulfillment lies elsewhere. Savings. Save your energy. Be mindful of this time. Be mindful of this time. Save your energy for yourself, for your future, and for what beckons you, because I really think that there's something in your future that's beckoning you. Sometimes we're given these tests, you know. Stealth. This person that's coming back around, I don't know. I think that there is something wrong with this energy. And I said it right here. Something wrong with this energy, Aquarius. You do have indecision. And, you know, you may, especially with this oracle card here, walking the tightrope, trying to balance the head and the heart. I could see where the indecision might come from. But you do have something waiting for you in your future. Somebody more solid. Somebody more exciting. Somebody who's dedicated. This situation did cause you defeat And you're being called to remember that this situation was filled with treachery. And I'll stop here. Although, honestly, you have temptation. You might be tempted, but please remember your logic. Please remember to be the King of Swords. This is important. At the bottom of this deck, you have time. Time is of the essence. Time is important in this reading. Time is important. Don't use your time this way. You may be thinking about something that you had in the past, but was it real? Was it ever really real? Or was it something that you wished into being and you were tempted by, but it was never solid? Look, this person that she is kissing, whether you're male or female, is not solid. They're not solid. I'm going to take these, I'm going to take one from each half of this deck. A dark man. Dealings or relationships with a man with dark complexion or hair. And like I always say, Aquarius, this dark person doesn't have to be dark in complexion. This dark person can have a dark soul. But whether you're dealing with a man or a woman, you're dealing with someone who's dark. And I don't believe that this is not necessarily their outside. I think it's their inside that is dark. Well, this fell right out. Yep. Gavel. Anytime I see the gavel, I see quick judgment. There is a volcano brewing with this situation. There is your future here, and what happens subsequently will depend on your choices. So you're going to be presented with something. After you make your decision, the universe will have, the gavel will come down. And I'm not saying, your life is over if you make the wrong choice, but it will set you back. And you've come so far. You've come so long. You've healed so much. Don't set yourself back for this energy. This energy is bad for you. I'll pull a manifestation card for you, Aquarius. For Aquarius, please. For Aquarius, please. You have 2. Gift. I do believe that the universe has a gift for you. This gift could come in the form of money. It could come in the form of a sudden windfall, but there is a gift. It could be peace. It could be this beautiful King of Wands. But there's a gift waiting for you. And you have to maneuver your way out of this game. It's very possible. At the bottom of the deck, you have a skull. These are the possibilities. This is a chess game, currently. Your next move is going to dictate where you end up. I don't think you should be reliving something that already broke you once. I wish you the best. Namaste. Capricorn, welcome to your Quickie reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. This is going to cover the span of time between April 5th and April 11th. The energy that you see here on the table might bleed forward or backwards depending on what's going on in your life. So you might be very well aware of this situation, or this might be a brand new situation that comes to pass. Just remember, the energy on the table will pass quickly. Okay, so let's get started. This reading is definitely for someone who is going through some sort of a breakup. If this doesn't sound like you, then you should check your other placements, okay? Seems like a specific reading. It looks like there might be somebody that walked away. You might have walked away from somebody. Somebody might have walked away from you, but there was a parting of the ways here. This relationship at one time gave you a lot of comfort. So let's get started here. You do have animals, and usually when someone pulls this particular oracle card, this is indicative of a person who is looking for loyalty, who is looking for truthfulness, who is looking for purity on some level. You know, there's a relationship we have with animals, and it's always so pure. They either love us or they don't. If they love us, we don't have to question why they love us. They just do, right? There's a purity attached to companionship like this. So let's dive into this. You have the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is definitely wisdom, as denoted on this card. By the way, I am using these tarot cards this week as oracle cards as well as tarot, so you'll find that the reading might be a little different this week. So yeah, the Hierophant does represent in this reading wisdom. So I think Spirit is asking you to have wisdom in a certain situation. With the Animal card and with this Wisdom card, I'm really thinking that it's a message for you to get through this. You do have self-deception, and there might have been a time during this relationship, or there may be a time as you're healing from something where you'll realize that you were deceiving yourself about something. You do have the Moon, and the Moon in this deck, in this reading, is beckoning us to find our soul purpose. What is your soul purpose? I don't think... All right, so let's keep going, and then we'll get back to that. You do have boredom here, and you know, this situation, I don't know if it's boredom. I do think that it might be, you might be tired. You might be tired of this situation. This situation might be an ongoing situation. It might be a back and forth situation. You might have gone through things with this person. This could actually be remnants of something in your past that's still with you. For some of you, it definitely could be that, but this is something that's extremely important. It's taking over the whole reading. That's how important it is. Let's clarify some of this stuff here. You have the Hierophant, which in this reading anyway will stand for wisdom, and you end up with the Seven of Pentacles here, and it's in reverse. So whatever, you're going to need more wisdom. You're going to need a lot less self-deception. Whatever it is you got from this relationship in the past, you might be starting to realize that you were deluding yourself, or someone was deluding you. The self-deception card here, you do have the Four of Wands. You were deluding yourself into believing this was your happily ever after. I can speak on this because I've been here. I was with someone who used to gaslight a lot, and part of the reason this person had power over me is because I was self-delusional. I saw in him what I wanted to see in him. So I could see how you want this Four of Wands so badly, that when someone tells you the right things, you really believe them because you want to. We want to believe. Show me this soul purpose for Capricorn. You do have the Two of Wands coming in upside down. Whatever plans you had, whatever future you were planning, it goes against the path you're supposed to be on. You're supposed to be on a different path here, Capricorn. And I do really think that there are some of you that are looking at this in your rearview mirror. This is something that has already happened to some of you. Some of you are going through this right now. You put your hopes, your dreams, and your love, and you put it in the wrong place. Spirit is asking you to look for something that's more clear, more pure. Show me this boredom card, which is really like show me this being tired. Wow. The Two of Wands and the Two of Wands. Two of Wands, both inverted. Interesting. So you're tired. You're tired of making plans. You're tired of somebody not coming through for you. You're tired of looking in the future and it's a mirage. You see, what you're seeing isn't real. What you were seeing for some of you wasn't real. Maybe you went through something and it was so upsetting and so disturbing and you're just now starting to unravel it. And like I said, maybe some of you are absolutely, see, look at the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess in reverse. So that's not seeing things clearly, not knowing the truth. Perhaps going out of your way not to see the truth. It's quite possible you were deluding yourself. I hate to keep saying that, but it's what keeps coming into my head. Now, you do have some resistance here, and there might be a part of you that resists feeling this way. Capricorn is an extremely strong sign. They're strong in all ways. They're strong mentally, they're strong emotionally, they're just strong. And there might be some resistance when you think that you could have been fooling yourself about this. And that I understand too. It's an ego thing. I think I was more angry at myself than I was the other person. There could be some resistance here. You do have wishful thinking. Again, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. Resistance. Self-delusion. Narcissism. The King of Cups reversed. The person you were dealing with, my friend, was a narcissist. The person you were dealing with was probably a gaslighter. And the person you were dealing with set you up for this. This could have been an Aries. This person had a position of authority in your life at one point. You're now feeling the consequences of this relationship. You're feeling the consequences of the choices you've made, and you're feeling the consequences of the relationship that you were in. Spirit is asking you to step into the King of Swords energy here and to be the visionary. The King of Swords is no nonsense. He is an air sign, but more than that, he is somebody that sees the truth very clearly. He holds the sword of truth in his hand. Unpredictability. You might have been with someone who was very unpredictable, who promised one thing and did another, who said one thing and their action said something totally different. When you're with someone like that for an extended period of time, it does affect you. It affects you on every level. You have habit. Now, I could read this as this person that you were with becoming a habit. Like a bad habit, almost. Like a bad habit. This person was a bad habit. This person was disloyal to you. This person was unstable. unstable, imbalanced, burdensome. Spirit is asking you to be more self-disciplined. Self-discipline is something Capricorn does really, really well. And I think that when you fall back into self-discipline here, Capricorn, you're going to be able to make changes. And here we go. You're going to attract the new love that you deserve. And here's the star. Hope. Hope. New love. New love and hope in your future. Now, if this is part of your past, it's time to let it go. You could do a cord cutting. Look that up on YouTube. The cord cutting ritual. If this is something you're going through now, you have to give yourself time to heal. Because when you're with someone like this, and you love someone like this, they've done damage to you in ways that you can't comprehend at first. And when you start to pick up the pieces, then you realize how different you are, how much you've changed. The change is temporary, but it's difficult. It's a difficult learning process. It really, really is. At the bottom of this deck, you have south. Things went south, right? Things went south in this situation. But you know, what I'm really happy to see is that on the bottom of this deck, you do have the Phoenix. Pretty sure that came up in one of your readings before, Capricorn. You're going to rise from this. You're going to become stronger. And I'm not just saying that. Like, it's easy to say when someone's in pain, this is going to make you stronger. You're going to learn from this. I really do feel like in your case, this is true. I think that you are going to emerge from this wiser. But I am telling you this. If this is something from your past that that surfaces every once in a while, I think you need to cut these cords. You're energetically still connected to this person, and this is a bad energy to be connected to if you're trying to heal and move on and have manifestations and new love. But there's hope and new love here waiting for you. That's clear. But the person you were with, terrible energy. You're a very strong person. I am going to cut this deck, and we'll deal with half the deck at a time. And I'll pull a couple of cards from here. For Capricorn. Whoop, came out right away, Capricorn. Table. Hard work ahead. I would say so. I think the hard work is the work you're going to have to do to heal yourself from this person's energy. One more for Capricorn. Boot. Yep. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. Well, yes, I do think you need to increase your efforts in healing yourself. But I do think the boot is just an indication that you need to walk away from this. And if you have walked away from this, you need to walk away from it energetically. There is something here that, as bad as this relationship was or is, it also gave you some sort of comfort. And when you mix toxicity with pleasure, and it happens over an extended period of time, they become immersed. And we become infected with this person's energy. And we need to literally detox from them. And I really see that for you here, Capricorn. Let's pull a manifestation card for you, for Capricorn. Paperwork, staying put. A seal. Something is sealed. Something is sealed. fate is sealed. You got at the bottom of the deck face. Yeah. You want to be able to take something at face value. And I think it goes back, and see under that you do have the rings. You want to be able to take something at face value. It goes back to what we were saying about this animal card. You know, when we look at a dog, I mean, or any animal that we love, we know that that animal loves us, right? We can tell, we can feel it. We don't really have to look good. We don't have to act a certain way. The animal just loves us. We could take the animal at face value. You could not take this person at face value. The fate of this relationship was sealed. It was sealed. I am going to pull one more card for you. I'm being called to do that, and I just don't know which deck. I'm going to pause this for a second so I can get a deck. Hold on. I'm going to use this deck here. I don't want to shuffle the old-fashioned way because we'll ruin this whole table. But let's show me for Capricorn. Show me the timing card, please, for Capricorn. Show me, Spirit, for Capricorn. It's coming for you, Capricorn. And I really think that what's coming for you is this new start. The hope. New love. I mean, we looked through this whole, not the whole deck, but we looked through how many of these bad cards that described what you're coming out of, and then we pulled those cards. That's a sign. And at the bottom of this deck, it does say summertime. I do think, Capricorn, that you have a fresh start. I also think that you are going to rise from this and be more than okay. I do think you need to recognize this for what it was, or what it is. And I do think you need to treat this toxicity like it's almost nuclear waste, right? You wouldn't lie next to nuclear waste. If you knew that there was a nuclear waste dump living next door to you, you'd move, right? It's toxic. It slowly gets into your body, and it slowly causes illness. That's what this relationship did to you on an energetic / emotional level. And you have to heal yourself now. And you're pulling something else into your life. It's coming for you. Just be ready and healthy for it. Cut those cords. Big hugs. Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your Quickie reading. My name is Nigel and you have found ÄLKØMԻ. This is going to cover April 5th through the 11th, so this is a microscope on a short period of time, okay? As ominous as some of this may sound, the energy should pass pretty quickly, and it may bleed over into the following week or come a little bit sooner. This isn't really a science that way. Okay, with that said, let's get started. We do have this card, and I'm almost positive this card came out for you in one of your readings recently. And I'm seeing the same thing. You see somebody with this giant rock on their back, and it looks really hard, right? And this hand comes down, and this hand could be helping. But in this picture, I don't think it's helping. I think it's pushing down and making it heavier. It seems as though you're trying to build something here with the Atoms card. You're trying to build something. And you seem to have interference. There's interference. You may have inherited some money, or you may have inherited certain traits from your ancestors or from a loved one. So if you didn't inherit, money, if you didn't get an actual inheritance, you inherited something positive from one of your ancestors that's helping you through this. You do have some valor here. You are getting through this. It is very, very stressful, whatever this is. There may be some hesitation on your part to move forward. You did pull an extra card here, by the way, and I just let it happen. And I'm glad, because look, the last card is your card, right? Temperance. The card of Sagittarius, the card of balance. You are going to come into yourself again here. I do see an improvement. And this thing is still going on. But I think it's the way you're handling it that has changed. And you know, at the bottom of this deck, and I am jumping ahead of myself for sure, but I have to do this. The bottom of this deck, you pulled the Medusa. When I see the Medusa in a reading, the Medusa was once one thing and turned into another. She was once a beautiful woman, right? And because certain things occurred, you could do some research. I don't want to get too far off track. She became Medusa. She turned from one thing into another. And the reason she changed from one thing into another was because of things that happened to her through no fault of her own. So there may be something going on here where you're changing from one thing into another through things that are happening. Even though it's stressful, even though you're hesitating, I do think at the end of the day, it's good for you. I'm not saying that this stress is good for you, but I'm thinking that the end result is you changing a little bit. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with you, but I think the way you handle things needs to change. The way you handle people maybe needs to change. Well, I don't want to get too far ahead here. Let's clarify some of this stuff here. It's easy to jump ahead when I see certain things. Show me this inheritance for Sagittarius. You have two cards. You have the Queen of Cups. This inheritance could have come to you from somebody who passed away that loved you. This caused some stress. And likewise, if you didn't receive an inheritance, there is someone on the other side that has passed down something to you. And I think that maybe this now for those of you who did receive money, I think that it's causing you some stress, and I'm not really sure why that is. But there's something going on with your inheritance, something that you were given that is causing stress at the moment. For others of you, you are under this stress. I mean, the stress is right here too, right? You have stress. The stress that you're under is morphing you into something else. And I think that this is a gift from your ancestor somehow. You have valor here. Valor. The star reversed. There is something that you were hoping for, Aquarius energy, something that you were hoping for that did not come to fruition with the star in reverse. You have stress here. Stress. By the way, I don't know if I told you this at the beginning. I've been telling everybody that these are special tarot cards, and I'm using them quite differently than I normally use the tarot cards. I'm talking about these, not these. Here with the stress card, you have the Three of Wands. You are stressed thinking about your future. You're worried about your future. This is causing you stress. Hesitating. What are you hesitating? What is Sagittarius hesitating? You're worried about your future. You're worried about money. You're worried about being left out in the cold. But this is not upright. So this is something that you don't need to worry about, Sagittarius, but it looks like you are worried about it. Show me temperance. Show me temperance. Show me temperance. The Three of Swords. You're healing from something here. Well, temperance is the perfect healer. Temperance brings balance to everything. Temperance is an alchemized response. But this is pain. This is some sort of pain that went on in your environment. You, at the bottom of the deck here, you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, which furthermore sort of cements the fact that you might be worried about your future. You might be worried about money, career. The Five of Swords. You're hesitating. Now that makes sense, doesn't it? The Five of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords would be you being ready for battle or defending yourself, and you're hesitating here. You're hesitating. This leads into the Three of Swords. You have some pain going on here. You are a loyal person. You offer loyalty to those around you. Unfortunately, don't get mad at me, you may be ignorant to the ways of the world. I think that there might have been someone who took advantage of that. As a result, you may distrust. You may not trust the people around you. Maybe you trusted the wrong person or people. You have victory here. Victory is assured, Sagittarius. There are things that are going to happen in your future, and you're going to understand that you don't need to worry about that. But you do have to make changes to the way you handle people and who you trust. Medusa trusted, and Medusa paid that price. She turned into the Gorgon, right? But you can't mess with Medusa now. You know? No way. And I do like that she's depicted here still beautiful, right? But don't mess with her, right? You do have the King of Cups here, and it's also followed by the King of Pentacles. So you do have prosperity and responsibility coming into your life. And I am reading this as oracles. So you have prosperity and you have responsibility. You may be very stubborn. I don't think that stubbornness is going to serve you. You have insincerity. This whole situation may have been born from somebody who was insincere to you. But you have Leo energy here with the Strength. You're going to have courage. And you have the Empress, which is caretaking energy, right? It is abundance. And you have decisive action. And you have the World. The World, completion, decisive action. You're going to end up going from being this person who's stressed out, perhaps listening, perhaps trusting the wrong people, to Medusa with decisive action. The Knight of Swords has that sword of truth, moves into his future and the World. Okay. I'm going to split this deck in half and do one half at a time. Show me something for Sagittarius here. It looks like you need to make some changes, Sagittarius. You may be trusting the wrong people or person. Crown. I love this. Honor and respect will come to you. And that's clear with these two cards. Let's do one more. Sagittarius came out. You have two. Let's see. You have Mountain Road. You're on the road to success. And every time I pull this card, I think about this, right? The fact that you are on the road to success, but it's a winding, difficult road. The stress you're under will lead to a crown. There might be a younger woman involved in this situation. There might be a younger woman involved in this situation. Let's see. Just show me one for Sagittarius. It's time to profit. Divine timing, seize the moment. There's a waiting period. It says temporary work laid off. For those of you that are laid off or that will be laid off, this is temporary. But there is divine timing involved in this. And you do have the Hand at the bottom of the deck. Manifesting money, reaching goals, help getting a new job. If you're struggling because you have lost your job or you're having problems with your job, this is an indication. You have many indications on this table that this is temporary. You also have many indications on this table that this is stressful. You also have some indications on this table that there are people behind it or a person behind it, the stress you're feeling. There is also this Medusa who beckons you to make a change. I am going to pull one more card. And I always do this. I end up doing cards for certain people and not others. And it's just what I'm called to do. Show me something. Whoop, that came out right away for Sagittarius. 6 months from now. It looks like 6 months from now you're going to be in a whole different frame of mind, Sagittarius. I know it sounds like a long time, but it really, really isn't. You know, what is that? Where are we? April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So by the fall, it looks like you're going to be in a whole different situation, a whole different mindset. I would take this and run with it. It's just really, really nice energy coming in. I really wish you the best. Big hugs. Hello Scorpio, welcome to your Quickie reading. My name is Nigel and you have found ÄLKØMԻ. Today we are going to be covering the span of time between April 5th and April 11th. Be aware that these energies can bleed forwards or backwards a bit. You might know exactly what I'm talking about when I speak on this stuff, or this might come as a surprise to you in the future. What else? Yes, this is a magnifying glass on a short period of time. As we dig into this deck, we'll look at the future consequences, perhaps. But what is on the table here is quick moving energy. Okay, so let's get started. You do have this oracle card. This oracle card can mean many different things. This might be you. All right, so this is a relationship in your life, right? And you kind of disregarding the sexes here. You could be either sex, you could be either person. Are you the solid one who's kissing someone who's sort of dissipating, or someone perhaps that was never really there to begin with? Or are you the one that's dissipating? We'll go forward and we'll find out a little bit more here. We do have voice. Speaking your mind. Are you finding it difficult at this time to speak your mind, Scorpio? Are you finding it difficult to get someone else to speak their mind on something? Speaking your mind is on the table. Let's look at this. You are dissatisfied with something. By the way, we are using the tarot today a little bit differently. We're using them as oracles. And although tarot will come into it, this deck is made to be used in an oracle way. So finding it interesting for sure. So you may be dissatisfied with something that is going on in your life. The satisfaction is on the table. You may be exploring other options. You may be exploring other avenues, even if it's just within your environment in your head. You may be wanting to explore other options. There are two energies here on the table, okay? And these two energies could be you waffling between the two, or one of them could represent you and one of them could represent someone else that's in your life. You have here workaholic and laziness. Do you waffle between these two energies, Scorpio, or are you perhaps dealing with someone that you're dissatisfied with because they're exhibiting one of these energies? Pretty interesting. Let's clarify. Clarify all this. So you have dissatisfaction. What is Scorpio dissatisfied about? Scorpio is dissatisfied about I mean, listen, you could very well be in a third party situation. The Three of Cups could also, especially when it is coupled with the dissatisfaction card, Three of Cups could indicate somebody who enjoys it could be someone who enjoys partying too much. It could be someone who maybe drinks too much. It could be someone who is too leisurely, encompassing this card. There's something you're dissatisfied with, and it could very well involve three people, and it could very well involve one person who perhaps doesn't take things as seriously as you do. Which is it? I'm going to pull one more card on that. Show me this Three of Cups energy for Scorpio. You have the Four of Cups. And do you see the bottles there? There could be someone in your circle here. It could be this person. Maybe you're afraid to speak up. Maybe there's someone in your life here, Scorpio, who has a problem, or has a problem being serious. When I saw workaholic, I have to tell you, I didn't even see that at first. At first I saw alcoholic. And it's not to say someone has to have a drinking problem, but what they're doing with their life does not jive with what you're doing with yours. And sometimes you clash. And it's difficult to find a voice. You're trying to hold on to this relationship. You have exploring here with the Knight. And you have the Hanged Man coming in sideways. You have to make a choice here. You have to make a choice, you have to make a choice about this. You're looking at your different options in this situation. Looking at your different option doesn't necessarily mean that you're looking at different people to be with. But the Hanged Man is someone who chooses to sacrifice, right? And that is sideways, and you might not choose to sacrifice any longer. You might want to explore. You have laziness here. And you have two cards. You have the Magician. And you have the Six of Pentacles. You want more from your life here, Scorpio. You want more than this person is offering you. And that more could be, long-term stability that they're not offering you. Or this could just be this relationship could have made you very happy at one time, but you want more now. Maybe you've matured, maybe you've grown past it, maybe you just want more in general, and maybe you're starting to see that this person can't give you what you need. Show me this workaholic. You have the sun and you have the world in reverse. You are unable to close out this cycle for some reason. You're unable to finish it. You do want to be happy though. You do want to be happy. Maybe this person feels that you take things too seriously. Maybe you feel like they don't take things seriously enough. Part of you really believes that closing out this cycle will make you happy. But I think there's another part of you that feels the opposite. You're trying to find your voice in this situation, Scorpio. You're trying to find your voice. And here we do have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. The King of Swords is someone who has a voice, and their voice is rather, I'm not going to say harsh, but to the point. I think in this situation you will find your voice. Now, usually I dive into this deck before I look at the bottom of these decks, but I want to show you something here. If you look at this, there is a storm brewing. Now this card you could take either way. This could be a storm that's clearing and the sun's coming up and the sun's coming out. My first thought today was that a storm was brewing in the distance. And here you have breath, life. It's pretty close to voice, isn't it? You voice your concerns, and then you're able to breathe. I just found that pretty interesting. Let's dive into this, shall we? We have routine. The things that are going on may be something that has been going on for quite some time. You were, or maybe are, devoted to this situation. There's been discord. Somebody is playing the victim. There is a victimhood mentality here on the table. This could be you. This could be the person you're dealing with. Maybe they feel picked on. I think once you find your voice, if this is you, Scorpio, I think once you find your voice and you step into this energy, this will dissipate. You do have here enthusiasm. There may have been a time where you were very enthusiastic about this connection. This connection might have been all you ever wanted, especially with this victory card. What changed? What put you in despair here? Motivations. Do you feel that this person isn't motivated enough for a long-term relationship? You do have to make some choices here. And I think you know that. You have hesitating. And I feel that in this reading, that you're definitely hesitating. You're hesitating. You may feel that you're being manipulated. You may feel very stressed. The stress is evident here. Disharmony, for sure. This is giving me the feeling of when you're in a situation and it's comfortable, and you're in a situation and there's love there, but you're dissatisfied and you'd like to see some change, and you have these talks, but you sort of temper what you say, and either the person doesn't really get the true point, or they certainly get the true point and they gaslight you. You have misinformation. Perfect. That's exactly what I was just saying. In case you're wondering, my vision's terrible, so I didn't actually see what it said. But it does say misinformation. So the misinformation, is it coming from you because you're not being clear? Or is it coming from them because they're gaslighting you? You are a nurturing person. Your gut knee-jerk response is to nurture. The Page of Cups, curiosity. Curiosity. This person was very curious about you when they met you. You dazzled them in some way. They were drawn to you. Is that you? Do you not trust the outcome of this situation any longer? It certainly feels that way. They may be... Yeah, you know, that's something I was thinking about with this card. They were dazzled by you. They were curious about you, but this is a page, right? The very immature energy. And there you have the inexperienced card. Very immature energy. Your maturity levels are quite different here. And here it is. You have the King of Swords in reverse and the King of Swords upright here. So if you look at this, what you'd want to go from being an authoritarian to a visionary. The difference here is key. You know, when the King of Swords is in reverse, he can be a know-it-all. He can come off as a know-it-all. You have to be crystal clear with the sword here. You have to be crystal clear about what you want. Crystal clear. Use your voice. Crystal clear. My future with you depends on X, Y, and Z, and I absolutely need these things in order to go on with you. Are you in? Are you with me? What are the things that you need? If you can't have this mature type of conversation with this person, then you don't have a future with them. You just have an extended non-future with them. A waste of time. I do think that, you know, the bottom of this deck, you do have the King of Swords in the upright. I think you're going to have this discussion. Torment. That's what you're going to... I really think both of you are going to end up very unhappy if you don't have this discussion, and you can move on from it, move on from each other, or you can grow from it. Competition. Competition with what? Valor. And decision. Competition with what, Scorpio? What are you competing with? Is there something in this person's life you're competing with? Is it a substance? Is it a maturity level? Is it a person? We did pull the Three of Cups here. Right? You will make a decision here in the future. You're going to find your balance. You're going to find your valor. You're going to step back into being an adventure seeker. There is a relationship on the table here that needs CPR. And as you notice, I'm not really saying terrible things about this person, other than the fact that they might be very immature. I'm not saying get the hell out of Dodge. I didn't see that here. But what I do see is in the serious need to find your voice, have this talk, and figure it out one way or another. So maybe this can be the sun coming out instead of a storm approaching. But if you don't find your voice here, Scorpio, the storm's coming. Give me one for Scorpio, please. You have 2. You have ear, good news, maybe. But what you want is someone's ear. You want to find your voice. You want them to hear what you're saying, what you're truly saying, not what they want to hear, not selective hearing. A distant friend is thinking about you, dog far away. When I think of a dog, I always think of an extremely loyal companion. And this is far from you. This is not close to you. Dog, far away. Loyalty, far away. For some of you, there is a third party involved in this situation that needs to be eliminated. For sure. Give me one more for Scorpio, please. One more. Axe. Forces working against you. Maybe. Honestly, I look at the axe and I think of cutting something away. This is basically a shit or get off the pot type thing. Snip, snip, right? You're either going to get what you need out of this situation and you're going to have someone that listens. And you're going to have this loyalty right next to you instead of far away. Or you're going to bring out the axe. You're going to cut away either the bullshit or you're going to cut away the person. But something needs to be cut away. Give me one more for Scorpio, please. Gears. Putting plans in motion. Switching gears. You definitely need to switch gears here, Scorpio. The bottom of the deck, you have Buddha. Buddha, more than money, life's purpose. You need to get on your path. You need to switch gears. You need to find your voice. Somebody needs to find their ear. And if none of those things can be accomplished, then you need to pull out the axe. I wish you all the luck, Scorpio. Big hugs. Hello Libra, welcome to your reading. My name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Today we are doing a quickie reading spanning from April 5th through April 11th. The energy on the table can bleed from before this or a little after this. It's going to be different for each person. You might know exactly what I'm talking about when I discuss this, or this might be something that comes out of the blue. Either way, just remember that the energy passes quickly because it is a quickie reading. Okay, so let's get started. You have the card of passion here, right? There's something you feel passionate about. This could be a relationship, or this could be a line of work that you're doing. You may be feeling, let me see, you may be feeling like you're drowning. And that drowning could be from, it could be coming from overwork. It could be coming from exhaustion. It could be coming from problems within a relationship. You do have here the card of walking away. There might be some of you out there that are going through a breakup, going through the loss of a job that you loved, perhaps thinking about walking away from something that you really love. You may feel defeated. But I have to tell you that this feeling of defeat is going to give birth to some self-discipline that is needed in this situation. This slow self-discipline, this introduction of the self-discipline gives birth to the Emperor, which is the authority figure here in the tarot. There is a feeling of stinginess here, and I have to wonder if this is coming from somebody else or it's coming from you. Did you have a job that was expecting too much of you? A partner that was soaking up all your time? Or was that you? We'll do some clarity on all this. Let's see. Let's clarify some of these cards. Your feeling of defeat for Libra. You have this feeling of defeat for Libra. You have the Nine of Cups. This is something you really love. This is something you wished for. Something you were passionate about. Something you are passionate about. This is a dream realized. You have self-discipline here. The Ten of Swords in reverse. You may be healing from something. Water is very healing. Self-discipline after defeat. This defeat was painful. This was something you really wanted. The authority of the Emperor. Seven of Swords sideways. Somebody made a choice to be deceptive. Somebody made a choice to be deceptive. Was that you, Libra? Or was that someone else? Taurian energy. This is somebody. Listen, the Hierophant can indicate a marriage. It also can indicate a commitment to a job. It is a heavy-ass commitment to something. You were screwed over in some way. You were lied to in some way. Something happened. This is something you really loved. That's something that you felt passionate about. Show me the stinginess card here. Five of Pentacles. Wow. You may be feeling a grabby with things. You may be worried about being left out in the cold. You may be worried about your finances. You may be worried about that you're not going to allow certain things to happen the way it started happening. You're standing up for yourself here, Libra. You do have here the Six of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, the Six of Cups represents things that you think about that are gone. Things in your past. This thing meant a lot to you. This relationship meant a lot to you, or this job meant a lot to you. You have, in the future here, you have celebrating. I think you're going to be celebrating something here. And you have Temperance, which is balance. You're going to find balance in this situation. You're going to find balance. You have oppression. The way things are now, or the way things were when you walked away, was oppressive. It was a very oppressive energy. It was wasteful. It was oppressive. It was blocking. blocked you. It was blocking. It was stagnant. It was obsolete. Interesting. There may be delays. There may be delays. You know, at the bottom of this deck here, Libra, you have the rose, and the rose in winter is always hope. So I have a feeling this is going to come back around because you have harmony here. This is going to take time because there is a delay on the table. You're going to become frustrated with this delay, but Spirit is telling you not to, because this is coming around again in a new way. It says new love, but I think this is the same thing coming around in a new way. You have insensitivity, and that may be one of the things you were struggling with here. You have insincerity. It may be one of the things you were not happy with. You have resignation. And I think when you finally resign yourself to losing this, I think that's when it comes back around. You may be feeling dull right before this happens, sort of drained, but expect a change, an unexpected change. Try not to feel this neediness. I told you, as soon as you let this go, truly energetically let this go, is when it comes back. Justice, Libra. Libra energy in reverse. Indecision. Don't be indecisive about this, Libra. Don't waffle. Cut the cords. Be confident. Interesting, fascinating reading. Now here at the bottom of the deck you have Earth. What is yours will come back to you. This rose is your home. Perhaps a break needed to be had. If this is a job and you absolutely loved your job, a new job is going to be coming around with the same, and you're going to have the same sort of passion for it. You're not losing that. You might be losing something. But if this is a relationship, my strong feeling is that it's coming back around in a more stable way. Earth is in a very stable element. Let's take some tea leaves here for Libra. Take some tea leaves for Libra. You have September. Something could have happened here in September that kicked all this stuff off. But the truth is, Libra, you're not going to want to hear this, but I think that in the fall is when you're going to see something come back. This isn't to say you should sit around waiting for this. Remember when I said you have to energetically cut something and end it in your head and energetically move on, and then it has a chance to grow and come back more stable. You have to give up on it in some way. You have to move away from it in some way. One more for Libra, please. One more for Libra, please. Dagger. Fear, worry, tense situation. Yeah. I could see that here. I could see that you're worried. This might have been like a dagger to your heart. You have to let this go. You have to cut these cords. Look up some cord cutting rituals on YouTube. They have cord cutting, they have cord cutting subliminals that you could listen to while you sleep. There's, if you're at all into magic, there are spells you can do. Just look it up. Because a lot of people are afraid to do cord cutting because they're like, well, if I cut this cord, then it's ending it. Like, I'll never get it back again. And I'm not sure. There's indecisiveness here. I'm not sure whether that's really what I want. When you cut a cord, you're cutting the bad cord that ties you together. And it leaves room for a positive cord to grow if that's what's meant to be. You don't want to be tied to someone energetically if it's negative. You want to be tied to someone if it's positive. Cut the negative cords here, Libra, so you could move ahead. Yeah, lay it to rest. Lay it to rest. Like I said, there may be a job ending here. There may be a relationship, but you have eggs. You have eggs, you have fertility, death and rebirth. Death and rebirth. If this is a relationship, it's going to come back around in a more healthy way if you allow the bad parts to die. If this is a job, a better job is going to come along. Stop wishing for the past and hope for the future, okay? Big hugs. Hello Virgo, welcome to your Quickie reading. This is going to cover April 5th through April 11th. So when I say week, that's what I'm referring to. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently this week. We have these tarot cards that are really double as oracle cards. So we're going with the oracle side of it. And so far the readings have been pretty interesting. So let me know in the comments if you prefer it the other way, but I'm trying it this way for now. The energy on the table is going to pass quickly. It might bleed backwards or forwards, so don't hold me to those exact dates for this. You might know exactly what I'm talking about when I speak on these things, or this might come as a surprise to you in the future, in the near future. Okay, with all that said, let's get started. You do have the Phoenix here, so you might be rising from the ashes in some way, or you might be rising from the ashes in some way. You have the Sun card crowning this card, which is beautiful. This is light. It's sun. It is masculine energy. It is Mars energy. That's not to say that you have to be a masculine, but you might be stepping into your divine masculine at this time if you're not. Now, what's interesting here on the table is that you may be dealing with a narcissist. There may be a narcissist in your scope here. Maybe you're getting over. You have the Phoenix here. So when I see rising from the ashes, where did the ashes come from? The ashes might have come from a narcissist from your past, or perhaps someone you're still dealing with. You do have self-discipline here, and perhaps it's the self-discipline that allowed you to see this person for what they are. There is a warning here on the table, and there is a warning that your harmony can be disrupted. And I'm wondering, since this all lines up with the narcissism card, is your harmony going to be disrupted by this person? Does it threaten to be upset by this person? Let's clarify and find out what's going on, okay? Show me this narcissist. You do have the Four of Swords in reverse. And I could see someone's harmony being disrupted with a card like that. This person, there is a person in your energy. And this may be someone that's in your energy now, or someone that you're perhaps getting over with this Phoenix card. Whatever it is that's going on down here, I feel so good to see these two cards up here. You're rising from the ashes of something bad into the sun. But this person is still here. Now, are they still here in your present time, or are they here in your memory causing havoc? Is that why your harmony is disrupted? Is that why your peace is disrupted? You have a lot of self-discipline here, Virgo. Yeah. You have a lot of self-discipline, and I'm wondering if the person that we're talking about had none. You know, in this deck, the Four of Cups does speak about, you know, bad habits, right? Bad habits, addiction. There's a warning. Show me the warning for Virgo, please. There is a warning here. Yeah, the Page of Swords in reverse. There might be someone spying on you, or at least attempting to come back. The Page of Swords in reverse is a bit of a warning. It could be someone really watching you. Perhaps they don't like this newfound light that you have acquired for yourself. They do threaten your harmony. They threaten your harmony, Virgo. And here we go. This is Virgo in reverse. They threaten your harmony. When this is upright, I mean, this is Virgo either way, but when this is upright, it's introspection. It's you being yourself. It's you falling into your own power. It's you being powerful within the Hermit. This is upside down on top of the Harmony card, next to the Warning card. There is something that threatens your peace. There is an outside force affecting what you are, the healing, the apparent healing you have done. And you have done some healing here. You have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck as a potential outcome. And I'm really feeling strongly, especially with these two cards here, Virgo, and this one, that you are going to make the right decision here. The warning here is that this person, this narcissist here, threatens your peace. The guidance here is that you need to make a decision to continue your rise as the phoenix into the sun and cut this person out. And if you've already cut them out, you need to expect a reemergence in the way of a message. Now here at the bottom of the deck, you have logic, and then, you know, the Ace of Swords is a logical card, and this is the perfect card for a Virgo. Just rely on your logic here, Virgo. There is something telling me that I don't need to be telling you this. I think that you already know all the things I'm saying intuitively. You have this transition, perhaps the transition that you made from ashes to the great phoenix was painful. You have the Balance card. I mean, you have amazing cards here, Virgo. That's like what I said is accurate. What I said about you knowing already. You know what you're dealing with here. You found your balance here with the Temperance card. You found it. Wow. You have the insight you need. You have the insight you need. This person is obsolete to you at this point. You have everything you need. You've done your healing. This person is obsolete. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your time. This person might try to manipulate you and pull on your heartstrings. You do have Judgment here, and yeah, there'll be consequences to this person and to you if you choose to look back too much. But I do think this consequence card is more for them. Stay far away from this person because their consequences are catching up to them. They're going to be judged. And I honestly want to stop. I wanted to stop you. You have the World. You have completed a cycle here, Virgo. Take a bow. You even have the Chariot following this, which is willpower. At least in this deck, you have willpower. The willpower to move forward. A lot of major arcana here. This might have been a very difficult situation for you, but you've come out of this beautifully. Beautifully. What lies ahead are brand new beautiful things. You have here this oracle card which screams that whatever it is this person shows you on their face does not match what goes on in their head. And what goes on in their head is turmoil. They're in turmoil. They're going to reemerge in your life. What waits for you is animals. And this particular oracle card, it screams companionship. And the companionship of an animal, the companionship of an animal is pure. What you see is what you get. When a dog or a cat loves you, when an animal loves you, they love you, and it's pure, and it's without condition. And yes, of course, there may be animals in your life that you love, but I do think that this card with the Ace of Cups speaks of companionship in your future that is pure, right? And that's followed by the Queen of Cups in the upright. Your future, you're going to be rewarded for this time. And you're going to be rewarded for this healing, and you're going to be rewarded for getting rid of this energy from your life. This is a very bad energy. I'm going to split this deck in half and do half at a time because it's kind of fat. Let's see. Give me Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. You have lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Well, perhaps. I don't see you getting angry. I think you're too healed for that. I do think lightning is going to strike. I think something surprising is going to happen. I think this person's going to rear their they're going to show their face again in an unexpected way that you are definitely not expecting, and that might be the lightning strike. But I don't see you getting angry. I see you're too healed for all that. You do have Ant, work, achievement, success. You do have the Star, guaranteed success. That goes here. That goes there. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Really difficult energy that you have gotten over. But beautiful energy here. Beautiful energy here. Even all the cards I pulled. Give me one for Virgo, please. Beautiful. Love it. Eggs. Starting over. Nest egg. New opportunities. An egg is fertility. An egg guarantees life beyond a certain point. We see an egg, we know that life is going to spring from it. It's a seed. You planted seeds when you healed from this person. The Star awaits. This person is not what they seem, but you know that already. You definitely don't need this reading, but there has to be a reason it's on the table for somebody, right? One more for Virgo, please. One more for Virgo, please. Release any attachment to timing. I think the message in this card is just to release this attachment. Maybe you are in a rush to move ahead. I'm not feeling that, but I am feeling the release is important here. There is a release that is important here, and it looks like you have done so much work already. If somebody rears their head and threatens to disturb your peace, cut them out with that sword of truth that we pulled. That was the first card we pulled. Cut them out. You have too much good waiting for you to look back on this anymore. Big hugs. Namaste. Yeah, welcome to your Quickie reading. This is going to cover the 5th through the 11th of April 2024. Magnifying glass in a short period of time. This energy should pass pretty quickly. We are doing something a little different. We're using tarot as oracle cards, so let me know in the comments how you like this, if you prefer it the other way. Interesting cards here, Leo. Interesting cards. You do have this, and this speaks of some sort of windfall. At the very least, you could be thinking about your future and thinking about money and thinking about your long-term goals. You do have two of these cards that came out. You have Inner Core and Desert. Your inner core. The solidity of the inner core. What is it that you want? It looks like there's something on the table as far as what you want for your life. What's going to give you the solid inner core. You may be confused about that at the moment. You also have Desert, and this is solitariness. You may feel like this decision is all on your head. You may feel like alone in this decision. But you know, these cards are interesting because you have here corruption, right? There's something around you that has been corrupted. Now, you know, this is probably the only reading I'm saying this in. It's definitely the only reading I've ever said this in. There might be at least one or two of you out there that is thinking about the world and thinking about the way the world is right now, and perhaps how some aspects of our world are very corrupt. What you are seeking is stability, and perhaps whether you're thinking about the world at large or you're thinking about perhaps a dream of yours that threatens to be corrupted in lieu of stability, in lieu of something stable. I think that if you choose the path that is not within your inner core, it is not going to serve you in the long run. In the long run, you want this stability to come from your destiny. And you have fanatical. You know, that does go with this, doesn't it? So I do think some of you are actually thinking about the way of the world and all the corruption around us and all the fanaticism around us. And for others of you who aren't thinking on those terms, it's similar, because there might be something in your world that threatens to corrupt your stability. And your stability is what's coming from your inner core. Your inner core is your long-term longevity. You do have, somebody could use this word to describe you. You might use this word to describe those around you. I'm getting really weird vibes from this as far as I'm getting really weird vibes on this as far as politics go. I don't know why. I mean, if that hits you in any way, let me know. But, you know, even on the bottom of this deck, and I am jumping ahead a bit, we do have here nuclear winter. This is the card of nuclear winter. This is the card of what's left after a war. The bottom of this deck, we have new beginnings in the East. I don't think I've ever done a reading where so much political energy was in it. Now, obviously that's not true of all of you, right? Nothing's ever true of all of you. But I know for some of you, you might be thinking about the world and you might feel unstable about your dreams, you know? Now, for others of you, you might be thinking of the fallout from a certain decision that you have to make here. You don't want to hurt the people around you, but you certainly don't want to hurt yourself either. Very interesting. You have savings here. So that goes with this card. Long-term goals, long-term security is on the table. You don't want to be reckless. You may feel... Spirit is definitely trying to tell some of you not to be reckless with your long-term stability. Spirit is also trying to tell you not to sacrifice what you want in lieu of security as well. There is a third group of you that really is thinking about the world's long-term stability and how reckless some of our leaders are. But you remember when I did mention the word destiny before? Your inner core, what you were destined to be, your destiny. You're devoted to that. In fact, you're quite stubborn about it. And there's the sun. There's Leo energy. And with this Leo energy, you find the revelation. Leo energy is on the table in all its glory. I am not sure why I'm getting such weird worries about the world and the country that you're in, the future. But for others of you where that doesn't fit, there is a concern about your long-term stability, about your goals matching this long-term stability. Let me see something. I did jump ahead a little bit in this reading. I'm not sure why I did that, but I really felt the need to. So let's see this corruption. Show me the corruption. The Emperor. You may feel that somebody very high up. I have to split this in two. I have to split this into two different readings. For those of you that are worried about our country or our world, you feel that a higher up person is corrupt. Somebody very high up. Somebody who perhaps, you know, is egotistical in some way. For others of you, this is someone in your life that has power. Someone in your personal life that has power, that you think is a corrupt person. Here you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is the stability card here. Show me the stability. Knight of Cups. Slowly coming an offer of stability. Somebody might be offering you stability by trying to guide you onto a different path than what you want to be on. You may feel stress over this whole thing. Show me the Three of Swords. And here we go. There's the Empress in reverse. The person's counterpart. Interesting. There may be a divine counterpart in your life here that is not feeling good about the path that you're on. Aries energy. Show me the Knight of Swords. Three of Wands. You're waiting for something to take hold. Somebody might think that you're overindulging in something, or you're too far that way to the point where you're not thinking clearly. But you have tunnel vision here. You have tunnel vision about this. You do have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck, and the Chariot is forward movement. Very weird reading for a Leo, I have to tell you. The nuclear winter and the new beginning. Nuclear winter comes when something has been demolished, when something has been killed, when something has been extinguished, and then the new beginning comes. Perhaps you're killing something in your life. Perhaps you're putting something to rest. There may be expectations that other people have that you just don't have for yourself here, Leo. You do have the sun guiding you. You have the Chariot moving you. You have this Oracle card, which is money and stability, long-term wealth. You have the Desert, which makes you go into this way of thinking perhaps alone. There may be nobody that's thinking on the same wavelength as you as far as this. It may make you feel alone. It may make you feel alone. But you have this inner core. And there was a card of stubbornness in here somewhere too. You have this stubbornness, this inner core. You have an Emperor and an Empress, but for those of you who are not thinking politically here, you have a counterpart. Whether you're a man or a woman, you have a counterpart. Your counterpart may be off balance here with the Empress in reverse. You do have something coming in that's going to make you feel there's going to be a clue here that you're on the right track. You're going to get some sort of a clue. Very strange reading, Leo. Give me one for Leo, please. Danger, especially in money matters. You know, when I think of the bear, I always think of the bear that hibernates. And he appears to be dead in the winter, right? He goes into a deep hibernation. And then spring comes, and he's awake, and he's alive, and he's happy. So, yeah, there's people around you that feel that there are danger in money matters, and that they may be worried about your savings, because that came up as well. Worried about your future. Give me one more. Changes in your life. They're coming under the light of the moon. There's going to be changes here, and I keep saying it, especially in your readings, but you do hear, you have the sun, but right under the sun, you have unfocused energy. You may need to focus more here. You may need to focus more on your goals and kind of whoever is not backing you up, sort of put them on the shelf. You have an attraction here. And the attraction isn't, I just don't think this attraction is sexual or love related. I think you're attracted to a certain thing in your life, and you just know you're going to be successful. And it looks like there are other people in your life who think otherwise. And I think you've had something like this come out before. You do have transformation here with the Death card. And with the nuclear winter. And with the new beginnings. I could see that in more than one place in this reading. Death card. Rebirth. You're being reborn, and over here you have adventure. This whole thing is a bit of an adventure. Attraction. I'm going to pull a manifestation card for you. And you got the moon again. So there may be problems that with money, as far as your money not coming in the way you want it to right now, right? You might have, it says night shift, you might be working part-time. It says that right here on the card. The moon, being under the light of the moon can be tricky. Not everything it looks is as it seems. And I think to other people you may be not unfocused, or you may not be living up to someone else's expectations of you, okay? There's a money card again here. Are you worried about money here, Leo? Are you that worried about your future? I don't remember ever seeing this in your readings before. Let me see if I can pull one more card for you. Show me for Leo, please. Around March. Did something happen around March, Leo, to make this situation somehow unstable for you? Did something happen last month? Show me one more for Leo, please. Show me one more for Leo. Stop focusing on time frames. Let go of it for now. I mean, in some way that is definitely true. It does say December at the bottom of the deck. In some way that's true. If you're trying to rush an outcome, and somehow I'm just not feeling it's your energy trying to rush an outcome. Maybe it's the people around you trying to rush an outcome. You need to let go of that expectation and stop focusing on time frames, even if the people around you are. Something may have happened in March in this situation to bring it, to make it what it is. Maybe it was an argument with someone. Maybe it was a discussion with someone. Maybe something happened. Maybe something didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. It looks like December, and I know this sounds like a long way off, but it looks like in December something really good happens here. But you're not supposed to focus on time right now. You're supposed to have your focus on the task at hand. The task at hand. Let me see if I can just pull one more card for you, Leo. You know what? Let me pull a Moonology card. I don't think I've used this deck at all for these quickies this week. So you will be the first and you will probably be the last. So let's see. For Leo, please. For Leo. Spirit, give me one for Leo, please. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And at the bottom of the deck you have communication is key. New moon in Gemini. There may be a communication that happened in March with the people around you in your life that made this situation a little worse. You are going to be fine. You are going to be safe. You have to let go. You have to let go of time frames. Let go of it for now. Concentrate on the task at hand. You know, it's weird. This is a card that does not come out very often for people. I do think it's a promise, Leo. This may be a very confusing time for you, but really don't worry about it. Stop focusing on the people around you. Stop focusing on time frames and just go with your core. Go with your gut, because that's where your destiny's at. Big hugs. Hello Cancer, welcome to your Quickie reading. This is going to cover April 5th through the 11th. It's a microscope on a short period of time. We'll delve into the future and see, depending on what choice you make, what the expected outcome for this particular situation is. No matter how ominous this may or may not sound, the energy that is now present on the table should pass quickly. Okay, so let's get started. You do have the wind card, and the wind always heralds change with it. So you could expect change in some form or another. What you have here too is angelic help. You have help from the angelic realm through this change. You might find that your intuition is at its peak. I would follow it. I would listen to it. Okay, so here on the table, you do have willpower, and you have the Cancerian card of the Chariot. When it comes out in the upright, in all its glory like this, in a Cancer reading, I can't help but think that this is a positive omen, especially when linked with these two cards. Now, you also have, by the way, I'm using these different types of tarot cards. They're tarot/oracle, and I'm using them mainly in the oracle sense this week just to try something new, in case you're wondering. So you do have the card of public humiliation. Now, is the humiliation coming from you towards someone deserving of it, or is it coming from someone else in regards to you? Is it a threat? There is a resistance here. You may be resisting doing something. You have this card of that will, this card, when any of my cards come in sideways, it heralds a choice that you have to make. And one side says blocked and the other one says get started. And I can see how this card plays into these cards, because you have this amazing energy of a start, and then you have some sort of problem here in the middle. So there's choices that you're going to have to make here, Cancer, that will dictate your future. Very interesting. Now, public humiliation. There's facts and information that may come out that will humiliate someone. I think for many of you, there's information you might have on someone else that you are resistant to share, because you know it's going to humiliate someone. You may feel like you've been blocked into a corner with this. Should you get started on your new path? I think you should, but let's see. Let's clarify everything and see exactly what's going on. You do have a lot of positive energy here on the table. You have the Chariot for Cancer. And here you have the Wheel of Fortune. So you have the Chariot. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse especially could denote something. It could be a karmic pattern. There could be someone in your life here that does something negative over and over and over again, and you may have had enough of it, Cancer. You really may have had enough of it. You have, what's interesting is you have a duality here. You have the chance to move forward and break through. This Chariot is a very powerful card. It is not slow moving. It is very quick. It's often used in times of war. And you do have the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse. So you could go either way with this. And I see that here. I see that as a choice. You have public humiliation. And coming in sideways, you have the Knight of Pentacles. You have something that may... This may be a work situation. This may be a professional type of situation here. It may be personal for sure. This is a general reading. But this is something that threatens someone's stability if it got out. You have information that threatens someone's stability. The Resistance card here, you have Justice. Libran energy for sure, but justice. You may be seeking justice. You may be seeking justice in a situation, and you're trying to figure out whether to go forward with this or not. Although you're a highly intuitive sign anyway, I'm telling you that Spirit is asking you to really rely on your intuition this week. Change is afoot. The winds of change are here. The angels are in your corner. If you ask your higher power for guidance, you'll receive it. If you're worried about what to do in any given situation here, definitely lean on your higher power and your intuition. You have this Getting Started card. 2 cards came out. You have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords in reverse. And you also have the Three of Cups in reverse. This could involve 3 people. This situation could involve 3 people. So you have the Getting Started along with the blocked, and this would be blocked energy as well. You have a decision to make here, Cancer. It doesn't look like an easy decision, but with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, I have no doubt that you're going to make the right decision. The Queen of Cups is an extremely intuitive water sign. And whether you're male or female, I do think that you're going to use your intuition to get you through this situation. Now, let's dig into this deck a little bit here. You have burdens. This has been very burdensome. This might be very burdensome. You know, I did forget to mention that the scenario you're seeing here, you may know exactly what I'm talking about immediately, or this is something that may happen to you during the week. If this is already happening to you, you feel burdened by this situation. If this hasn't happened, you're going to feel burdened by it. You are going to have courage. The Chariot is definitely a courageous card of will and driving forward and knowing what you know and not looking back. And you're going to have the strength and the courage to get through this. You have troublemaking. This person may be a troublemaker in general. You may have made a commitment in the past with this person. This commitment, it could be anything. It could be a commitment, obviously, in a relationship. You know what? Let me move this a little bit so you really get a better view of the cards. This may be a commitment you made someone in friendship. This may be a commitment where you promised to keep a secret. A job situation, but there is definitely a commitment here on the table, and this commitment you may be rejecting at this time. You may be tired of the situation. The situation may be a big burden at this point. You are going to use logic. So along with your intuition, you're going to have logic on your side. You're going to use logic to get through this situation. You do have unpredictability. You may feel that this situation is unpredictable, which is why you're waffling with the situation. It may be a feeling you have, and it may make you very confused as to what to do and how to move forward. But don't waste this time. It really looks like you have so much good energy here on the table with your intuition, with support from the divine, the winds of change, the Chariot. You have really good energy. Don't waste this time being confused, because there will be consequences here. And you know, this consequence card could also be theirs, where they really deserve consequences for certain things that they've done. Remain open-minded here. Remain open-minded, because you might be tempted to do the wrong thing. You might be tempted to do the wrong thing, but this person is insensitive. Insensitive. And insensitivity isn't really a good thing to have to be around a Cancer who is, you might be resigned here, especially towards the end of this time. You might be resigned to just do what you know is the right thing to do. Escape. That Chariot will help you escape a certain situation. This person maybe that you're dealing with may be very arrogant, insincere, greedy, unstable. And you will regain your sense of balance here. You'll regain your sense of balance. It is time to do the right thing confidently here and start off on your new road. Please let me know what this is in the comments. This looks like a very interesting situation. Just so you know, at the bottom of this deck here, you do have the Key card, and this means you already know. You have an intuition. You have the key to this situation. It might be confusing to you at in the moment. You know, maybe this person feeds on your heartstrings, feeds on your sensitivity. You already know what the right thing to do is in this situation. You do have here the Plant card, and this is growth. It is time for growth. The winds of change have already spoken. It's time for growth. There is some sort of commitment that you made, whether it's a job, a relationship, a friendship, or just merely you gave your word, like, I promise I won't say anything. This commitment has expired. This commitment has is stopping your growth, is stopping your blessings, is just creating blockages. There was a blocked card in here. It's creating blockages, and those sideways cards, Cancer, they tell me that you have a choice to make. Maybe tell me in the comments what the heck is going on. Give me one for Cancer. You have carriage. It's just like the Chariot, isn't it? Carriage takes you from one place to another with great speed. Give me one more. One more for Cancer, please. Man. Dealings or relationships with a man. There could be a man involved in this situation on some level. Think hard. Even if this is with a woman, is there a man involved in this somehow? There might be. There might be. It's a pretty strong indicator of it. Give me one for Cancer. Give me some advice for Cancer in this situation, please. You have the Turtle. Progress coming slowly. All right. Moving. This is slow progress, okay? So what I see here on the table, Cancer, is that no matter what happens in this situation, you're going to make progress. You are. You have a choice to make. Do you want to be the Chariot or the Turtle? Do you want to make slow progress, or would you like to make fast progress? I do think that with these cards, your progress is assured, especially with the Fool here. But I think you have the ability to jump in your Chariot. Why not do that? Why not do that, Cancer? I'm going to pull one more card for you. Pull one more card for Cancer. Give me one card for Cancer, please. One card for Cancer, please. One card for Cancer, please. Prosperity lies ahead, right? And at the bottom of the deck, you have step out of your comfort zone. I would say so, Cancer. Prosperity does lie ahead, and you do need to step out of your comfort zone a little bit. Your comfort zone might be to keep the peace and to not divulge certain things, but I think that there is something about the situation that is eating at you and needs to just come out. You need to just come out with it. You need to have the courage. It's a burden. I could keep going, but you know what you need to do. Big hugs. Let me know in the comments. Hello Gemini, welcome to your Quickie reading. This is going to cover April 5th through the 11th. The energy for this might bleed forwards or backwards a little bit, and this is a magnifying glass on a short period of time, so a lot of this might sound ominous, but whatever here is on the table right now is going to pass quickly. We'll peek into the future a little bit though, so you'll kind of know what to take. The quickies are a little bit longer this week as a result, because I am using different cards. These are tarot cards, but they're oracle cards as well. So I'm going with the oracle side of these tarot this week just to see how that works. Now, right off the bat, what's interesting to me here, Gemini, is that you have the same two oracle cards as Aquarius. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. You might have Aquarius highly aspected in your chart. I know the reading, I mean, I don't really remember Aquarius's reading per se, but I do remember these cards coming out, and I do remember the overall vibe of it. So you might want to check that out if Aquarius resonates with you in your life in some way. So let's start with these cards. We have a person walking on a high wire, trying to balance their head and their heart. You might find yourself in this position, trying to make a decision, trying to balance these two things, trying not to make a mistake. There is a force trying to take something. Now, this might be a perception on your part. This might be an actual person that's real, or this might be you. But it looks like something is trying to creep in and take something. Now, is this all in your head? I don't know. Let's look. You do have here the card of the fanatic. And, you know, this is the Knight of Swords. It is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And so somebody may be fanatical. Somebody may be, you know, fanatically wrong about something. You do have an authoritarian figure here, and this is more air energy. It's the King of Swords, typically an Aquarius sign. Now, this could be true, or this could be how you're perceiving the situation. We're going to clarify things just to see a little bit more, but you are looking at this person like they have authority in your life, and it looks negative. It looks like it's creating a hardship for you. At the end of the day, you're going to need to make a decision here. With the Justice card and the Decision Oracle combined, you're going to have to make a decision here. Now, you have an Oracle card here that says music, and it's joy. And I think that, honestly, Gemini, I think that you can manipulate this to experience joy, or you can manipulate this to experience something else, obviously not joy. But let's delve into this a little bit so we could really but you know, you do have joy highly aspected here on the table, so there is absolutely the possibility of that, and in a strong way. So let's look at this fanatical person. You have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a karmic situation that you're involved in. It is karmic in nature. This is something, in my opinion, that might be carried from a past life. It's energy that is strongly karmic. This might be unfinished business. You have the authoritarian King of Swords, and you have the Ten of Wands. So this person is causing you a lot of stress. This is the card of the highest stress card in the deck. You have hardship, and you have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And so the Seven of Swords is typically a card of deceit and lying. It is in reverse. This could be you attempting to come at this person with some semblance of the truth to turn the situation around in your favor. Or this could be your perception of the person that could be incorrect. I don't know. You have Justice here. In the decision, a decision needs to be made for Gemini. A decision needs to be made. You have the Magician coming in sideways. So remember when I said you can manipulate this either way? The Magician can be looked at, especially when it's in reverse and it's sideways right now. You have a choice. You can manipulate the situation to go either way. And I think it has something to do with honesty and the truth. You could be experiencing joy instead of this Ten of Wands energy in this situation. The bottom of the deck here, you have the Hanged Man in reverse. Sometimes Geminis can go too introspective. Sometimes Geminis can get lost in their thoughts to the point where their mind goes round and round and round, and they don't get anything done. And they remain in situations that they don't need to remain in. This is asking you, in my opinion anyway, it's asking you to go introspective. It's Piscean energy. You could have Pisces highly aspected in your chart, or this could be Spirit just asking you to give this some more thought. Give this some more thought till you get off this merry-go-round, okay? You have cruelty. This could be you being cruel. This is someone definitely using their position of power against you. This could be someone being cruel to you. You have this energy of someone striking at you, for sure. You do have caretaking. This might, wow. So you have the Emperor and the Empress. So now I'm reading this two ways, Gemini. This could be a counterpart. This could be a love situation. These two are counterparts. One of them is upside down. One of them is using their position of power against the other. This looks like a very stressful situation. It is karmic in nature. You do have here focus. You need to focus on this. Oh, for sure, you need to focus on this. You need to focus on this to come up with an alternate plan. I see that you're trying to balance something. I see the way you're looking at someone. You're looking at them in a very dark way. But I do think that this situation between the two of you is karmic in nature. You do have here inexperience. Yeah, you might be inexperienced with this type of human being. I think that what you think you know, especially with the High Priestess in reverse, what you think you know, you might not know. Keep that in mind. Keep an open mind here. You do have unexpected change. Something unexpected is afoot. Tread carefully here. You do have savings. You might have savings that's at risk here. You may be being asked to save. This might impact your this definitely might impact your finances. You have inspiring. You may be drawn to this person like a moth to a flame. And that never ends well for the moth. You have corruption here. And this is the King of Pentacles. So this is monetary. This is abundance that's been corrupted. You do have here lies. The basis of these problems is lies, because you had the Seven of Swords too, right? So there's lies. There's something going on here that's avoidable, is all I can say. You do have ignorance. Remember, I said that with the High Priestess. There's something you're not privy to, or there's something you're not looking at correctly. There is something you're losing in this situation that you're not seeing correctly, and you're being asked to focus. You have discord. I would say so. This is absolute discord. You do have curiosity, and here we go. What is it? It's the attraction. Especially with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Cups, you have this attraction. You're like a moth to a flame. This was a flame for you, and you are definitely a moth. You have misinformation. Remember, that is a theme. There is something you're not seeing. And if it wasn't for this Joy card, I would have a much darker opinion about this. But I think you're overlooking something. You're overlooking a way to combat this. Attraction again. Attraction again. Treachery. Somebody's worst side is being brought out, and it's not good. It's not good for you or them. And at the bottom, it's not the very bottom, but I don't want to keep going because everyone's going to get mad. Your last Quickie reading, I went so over. But you do have the transformation card. You have death and rebirth. This situation can die and be reborn in joy. Whether you are with this person or not, this can be transmuted, or it can be absolutely awful. It absolutely can go either way. And I do think with the sideways card over here, you have a choice to make. Your judgment is on the table here. Your judgment is on the table. Your perception may be a little unclear. All right, your perception may be unclear. What you have here, the bottom of the deck, ironically enough, you have attraction and magnetism. What did I say? A moth to a flame. You have here a person who wears many faces. This may be part of the problem. It's either you or this person that wears many faces. The Seven of Swords. Dishonesty. There's some kind of dishonest thing going on here. And you have to let me know in the comments, is this you or is this the person you're dealing with? You have, give me 2 for Gemini. Give me 2 for Gemini. You have rainbow. What happens after a storm, Gemini? Many times we see a rainbow. I think with the Joy card here and the Rainbow card, you have a real shot here at making this really good. And when I say that, it's not necessarily, if this is a love situation, it's not necessarily, oh, let's get back together. But I think the negative energy surrounding this, either by getting back together or by parting as friends, can be, the negative energy can absolutely be transmuted into good things. Think hard on this. Think hard on this. Compliments from an admirer. A bouquet. What is a bouquet? A bouquet is something you present to someone, right? As an offering, a peace offering. What do you have here? You have Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. This very well could be the person you're dealing with. That may be how you look at them. That may be how you're not looking at them. And maybe you should look at them that way, because there's something you're not seeing clearly. And there is also a way out of this that you may not be seeing very clearly. And I think that you need to examine this, because when a Gemini mind really does work correctly, you can see all sides of something, right? And I think that you should tap into that for this situation. Give me 1 card for Gemini for this situation, please. Give me 1 card for Gemini for this situation. Mask. Damn, Gemini. Secret stash. I don't know. When I see the mask and I see it come out twice, somebody is wearing a mask, and it's a problem here. It is a problem. There is dishonesty here. There is dishonesty. There is illusion. There is not seeing clearly. There is the option of a good ending, but there is also an option of something happening that's quite negative. And You really need to look at this. You need to look at this. I'm going to do something here, of course. I will do something because I cannot help myself. Your readings are always fascinating, Gemini. I'm going to just do this because I don't want everybody emailing me, getting mad. So we have, what does Gemini need to see themselves out of this situation? Spirit. Oh, wait, this is the wrong deck. You haven't. All right, I am so sorry. Wait, this is not the deck I thought it was. I thought that is the goddess deck. Okay. So sorry. I have 1,000 decks, so I apologize. This is actually the deck I'm looking for here. All right, let's look. What does Gemini need, Spirit, to see themselves out of this situation in a positive way? It says success. It says success that belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. Not a mask. Honor and integrity. So if you use honor and integrity in this situation and you're honest, if you're honest, you might see this differently. You'll have success, Gemini. This is in reverse. When my cards are in reverse in this particular deck, it means it's assured. Okay? So you can have a joyful outcome to this situation if you approach it differently than how you're approaching it. You need to take the mask off. You need to take the mask off. I would definitely check out that aqua reading if I were you. Big hugs. I'll see you next time. I just wanted to add something. You know, being that I did grab this deck and we did pull this goddess, if you remember correctly, I'm going to do something that I never do. But of course I'm doing it for you. So you have Demeter, and Demeter is, to put it simply, I mean, I could say a lot about this archetype, but this is somebody who was so impatient that she pulled a harvest before it was time. It indicates impatience in a situation, okay? So try to have patience with the situation so you can see clearly here, Gemini. There's something you're not seeing. There is joy, there is rainbows, but there's something else here. And you have to decide whether it's real or not. You have to decide whether you're seeing this for exactly what it is. And I'm so sorry to extend your reading, but as I sat and thought about it, I thought it was good if I just came on and at least spoke on this, because I don't believe there are too many accidents during a reading. Big hugs. Hello Taurus, my name is Nigel and you have found Alchemy. Today we're doing a quickie reading. It's going to cover April 5th through April 11th. The energy here on the table could bleed either way, a week before, a week after. It's not a science in that way. Everything that's on the table may seem ominous, but remember, it is a window on a short period of time, and we're going to reach into the future a little here in the deck to see what's coming right after that, so stay tuned. Okay, so this looks like a difficult week for someone. You do have joy. You have music and joy here, which is good. It looks like that's what you're striving for this week, but you have also the werewolf card, and depending on where this is in your reading and whose reading it is, it's always a transition. It's always you changing from one thing into another. But in my opinion, for you, this is temporary energy. This might be some anger that flashes and threatens to upset your joy this week. So let's see. You do have the Sun in reverse, and by the way, I'm using different cards this week. These are Oracle / Tarot cards, so they're a little bit different. So you do have the Sun. You have like the Sun in reverse in this deck equates to lies. You may find out that someone's lying to you here, Taurus. You have the card of defeat right next to the lies. So this is either you defeating someone with the truth, or it's someone making you feel defeated with their lies. You do feel a little helpless, and I know that that's one thing a Taurus does not like to feel. They do not like to feel helpless. At the end of this time, this gives birth to the Magician, and this is really, really good. So this is the perfect example of someone that might be having a hard week with different matters. Well, we're going to clarify everything, but in the end, ends up manifesting joy. You do go back into the joy. At least I think you do. We'll look at this deck a little bit more, but the Magician's always a good sign. It looks like you make the choice to feel differently. Somebody out there realizes that happiness is a choice, and that's really good. So let's look at this Sun in reverse. You have lies, and you do have the Six of Wands. Interesting. Okay, this might be someone of the opposite sex. It was on the tip of my tongue to say woman, but we all know that a wand could obviously be a male. I do think that there's some sort of lie that you uncover, that someone tells you, that perhaps someone that you somewhat trusted, definitely trusted or somewhat trusted. This could be a new person that you have in your life here, Taurus, or it could be someone that's been in your life for a little while. I don't think this is someone that's been in your life for a very long time, though. But the cards may call me a liar. Let's see. Defeat. Show me this defeat for Taurus. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, lack of abundance. And the lack of abundance with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse in this situation is definitely a relationship. Now, this relationship could be obviously love. Could be romantic in nature, it could be a business relationship, or it could be a friendship, but it's some sort of partnership here, and there's a lack of abundance, there's defeat, there's lies, you uncover something here, you're not very happy, you feel a little helpless. With this, you have you could very well find out that somebody is seeing someone else, and that could be part of the problem, for sure. You feel helpless excuse me, in the face of this. Show me this Magician card. So you do feel as though your strength could be a little zapped at the end of the week. This is Leo energy, but you know, you do manage to pull things together here, Taurus. You manage to, I mean, the Magician figures things out. The Magician realizes that there are choices. You may feel helpless in the middle of this, but in the end you realize you have choices. You may feel a little zapped of your normal Taurian strength here, but you do, and look, you have at the bottom of the deck, you have the Sun in reverse again. Somebody really did something that threw you for a loop here. Somebody lied, somebody did something really hurtful to you. This is, you know, I don't see the Three of Swords, I don't see the Ten of Swords, but I know Taurians do not, nobody likes to be lied to, but I think Taurus and Aquarius, least of all, can deal with lies. So I think someone has lied to you. I think someone's robbed the abundance out of this connection. I think that there might be a third party involved, but at the very least, this third party could be anything. The third party could actually be the lie. It could be the thing, the elephant in the room now that you can't not notice, you can't feel, you don't. So it zaps the strength out of your relationship, and the Sun has gone down on this twice. So I don't know. Let's, you know, I'm going to clarify some of this. I'm going to double clarify it, but you know what? I'm going to take that. It fell out, and I'm going to take it. This is perfect for you, Taurus. You have the bat, and like I always say, when I pull the bat may not be able to see well, but the bat knows everything that's going on around it by using sonar, and your sonar is, in your case, your intuition. Your spidey sense was tingling in this situation. You knew something wasn't right. You have a period of frustration, lessons to be learned. I think that you have things to be learned for sure. Show me this defeat Show me this defeat. Show me this defeat for Taurus. Explain. Yeah, you have 2 again. You have in need of help, assistance, and guidance, hand. And you have an exciting event. Well, I don't think this exciting event is exciting in a good way. And I think that you're putting up your hand. You are putting up your hand and you're saying, okay, let's just calm down. Let's stop this because I no longer trust you. You no longer trust this person. I'm going to take the other half of this deck and clarify these other 2 cards. Show me this 3 of Cups. You keep pulling multiple. That's too many cards. The deck is very chatty for you today here, Taurus. Taurus, show me this Hanged Man and this 3 of Cups, Spirit. Well, you got 2 again. Look at this. You have deep personal strength and peace that assures success. And you have chair empty. There is someone that you might ask to leave your life here. You might find your strength. I think that you are... I do think that you're putting on a front. I think you're putting on a show of strength here that isn't real, and that's fine. I do it myself. You have learned that you cannot trust this person, therefore you withdraw the real you, and you turn into the bull. And the chair is now empty, and it's your doing. And you have valley here, and it says there is a valley. It says deep personal strength, and that's what you're showing. But I think on the inside, it's a little different. It's a different story. Sorry about that. I do have allergies. Show me the Strength in reverse and the Magician. And maybe that's the Magician coming out. You're able to change faces almost. You have... a temptation will test you. Yeah, you might be very tempted not to there might be a part of you here, Taurus, that is very tempted to stay in this connection. But I have to tell you, there are way too many negative cards. And I honestly don't think, as a Taurus, that once your trust is broken like this, you could actually go back and forgive this person without constantly thinking about it. It like I said, it is the elephant in the room now, you know. So let's dig into this bottom of this deck here. You do have, see, now once you end this connection and you lick your wounds, okay, you do have this, once you finish werewolfing on this person or at the situation, you do have joy that resurfaces, and it's shown in this victory card. You'll be victorious and inspired. You have all these great cards after this exits your life. So whatever pain, and I don't see great pain here. It's not, like I said, no 3 of Swords, no 10 of Swords, no Tower, but it definitely did hurt. It hurt you. I mean, I think that you trusted this person, but I see all good things coming out of this, breaking away from this, because you have all good cards. You went from all bad cards to victory, inspiration, harmony, socializing, back to you again. What is this? Savings. So, you know, as a side note, you may have a lot in your savings right now. You may be saving. Your savings might look really good. I mean, so far, like, all the cards are just really good for you. And it says unexpected change. So you might not expect this, Taurus. You might not expect to get over this so quickly and to find joy in it afterwards. I don't think you can see over the mountain that way. I think you just see the mountain initially. But I think what you don't see coming is all the happiness that's waiting for you here. Introspection. You go introspective. Inheritance. So with your savings, you might have gotten an inheritance. Maybe somebody passed away. Maybe you sold a business. Maybe there's some sort of a, I'm not going to say windfall, like where you hit the lottery, although of course that may be true. But there is some sort of money that you have gained recently. And I think what Spirit is trying to show you is all the good things that you have in your life and that are still coming. And I really do invite you to watch any other reading. It's very rare that I see all these good cards come out. Abundance. Oh my God. What else? Focus. You get your focus. You get decisive. And see, this is something. What is about to happen to you, I don't think you have experience with. This is the card of inexperience. These cards are great. They're tarot, but they're / oracle, and I've been using them strictly as oracle for these particular quickie readings just to experiment. And I think you have inexperience with what's about to happen to you, and that inexperience is going to surprise you. I think you're going to end up in a joyful way. You have the card of passion as well. You have something else coming into your life. There is a warning here not to get lazy. And I've heard over and over again that Taurians can be lazy, and I don't know. I mean, that's the myth out there, but I've never met a lazy Taurus in my life. So I'm sure they exist. The myth is there for a reason, just like Aquarians are supposedly cold, right? I don't know. But there is a warning here not to get lazy. You might get lazy with all this because this is all good energy. Sometimes we do. Sometimes when all good things happen to us, we sort of get sedentary and lazy. And I think Spirit is trying to make sure you appreciate this. And I'm going to stop right here because this is the card of transformation. You are transforming. I mean, this transformation has help. You're transforming from a situation that you probably thought was one thing and ended up being another. You're getting over it, and I think part of you is expecting to be upset for an extended period of time. But the surprise here is that all of a sudden your life just gets that much better, right? But towards the end, with this person anyway, I do think this person's disappointed you. I do think you put on a little bit of a front to this person, that you are not hurt. I think you are hurt. I think you put on a front and you try to act like it's no big deal, or you try to act strong, you know. But inside, and you know, this card exemplifies that here. If you look at this, you'll see somebody with this face, but look at what's in his head. This could be very triggering for you. This could be some triggering childhood stuff, you know. But this situation was a desert, you know. You may not have looked at it that way. I think the way you viewed this situation and what it actually was were two different things. And when that realization hits you, I think it can really hurt your feelings. But I do really and truly believe that once you get past this, and it's not going to take long, you're going to be shocked at how much better you are, how much better everything is. It just seems like the sky opens and everything gets better for you. So give me a manifestation card for Taurus, please. Give me a manifestation card for Taurus. You have tree, financial growth, fruition, abundance, right? Stability, the tree. At the bottom of the deck here, you have treasure, worry-free finances. So, yeah, I mean, we saw abundance a couple of times in this reading, and I think that's like a side note for you, that your abundance is going to be, I don't know, it's almost like this person brought with them some energy into your life that blocked certain things for you, and you couldn't see that. And then something happens and it hurts your feelings, but it's sort of, once you eliminate them from your energy, everything just gets shiny and new again. Yeah, I know, I was with someone like that. They were like a black cloud, and I didn't realize it because, you know, when you're around someone every day, you don't really notice that they have that kind of energy. And you kind of don't even notice that it's affecting your life in any way. But I think you're going to experience something like this here, Taurus. I'm going to pull one more card for you. Your reading is pretty straightforward. I mean, a lot of readings this time have not been straightforward. Give me something for Taurus, please. You have work through your fears. Remember when I said this situation could be triggering for you? Not that this person is that important, but somehow this person triggered something in your head, and that's probably why you were so hurt. Look back on your childhood, this person triggered something inside you. And I don't know if you've connected the dots. Maybe you have. I know a lot of people I know that fall into the sign of Taurus have been doing a lot of work, internal work. And some of us haven't. I'm a Taurus moon. I really haven't had time to do that internal work, but I plan on it. And the thing is, like, sometimes you do connect the dots and you realize patterns, who you're attracted to, why you're attracted to them, why you ignored certain red flags, why their actions have certain triggers inside you. And you'll realize you connect the dots and you connect it all the way back to your childhood and something that happened to you back then that was extremely important somehow, Taurus. I will pull one more card for you, only because this reading was so smooth. What does Taurus need to get over this? What does Taurus need to get through this smoothly, Spirit? Study. You actually don't need anything, Taurus, because this is in reverse. When these cards are in reverse, if you watched me at all, you know that when the cards are in reverse, you don't really need to work at something. You've already done the work. All right, you've already whoever's reading this has already done the internal work. And I think when you sit back and you look at this and you step back from it, you're going to study it and you're going to get it. You're going to understand exactly what happened. And maybe that's why all this joy and abundance come into your life afterwards. Who knows? I really wish you a lot of luck. You don't need it. Big hugs, Taurus. Hello Aries, welcome to your Quickie reading. This is going to cover the 5th through the 11th. The energy on this table may seem ominous, but please remember it's a microscope on a short period of time and it should pass pretty quickly. We'll delve into the future here, past this time a little bit at the end, but a lot of the stuff sounds very ominous, and you have to remember it is a week. And just remember, when I say week, that's the span of time I'm talking about. Okay, so it looks here, Aries, like there is somebody in your environment, either you or someone else, that might have some bad habits. This could be anything. This could be shopping, obviously, alcohol, gambling. It could be drug addiction. Like I said, this could be you or someone else. And there is someone, when I have two cards like this, they're opposing energies, or they're two separate energies most of the time. And there is one person here that has a problem, and there is another person here that's trying to hold a mirror up in front of this person to show them what they're doing. They're trying to force them to see what they're doing. So which team are you on here? Obviously this could go either way, right? It is a general reading for the general public, but my guess is that many of you are trying to force someone to see what they're doing to their life. There is someone in your energy that is doing negative things, toxic things, right? And toxic things could be serious, like drug, alcohol, all that. And it could be something as simple as a toxic pattern, but you recognize it, and you're trying to force this person to see what you see. This is the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy. By the way, I'm using these tarot cards. They're new, and they're tarot/oracle cards, so I'm reading them a little differently. I'm using them just for this week because it's kind of cool. It's different. So when I read these energies, it'll be a little bit different than I would normally read them. But anyway, this is Aries energy. That stands. This person that you're dealing with may believe you're being cruel, when in fact you're trying to help, and lend your expertise, lend your valuable opinion. Maybe you care about this person. Maybe you clearly see what the problem is, and you're trying to watch them. You're trying to get them to focus on it and identify it. You're holding a mirror up to them. You may get very angry when this person accuses you of being cruel or accuses you of something here, and doesn't see you the way you're trying to be seen. You're trying to be seen as helpful. You're trying to be seen as, you know, and you're trying to be seen as caring, and they're seeing you as negative. You're trying to lend your knowledge. You're trying to ask them to focus. You're getting, in the end, really pissed off because it's not, the outcome isn't what you're aiming for. So let's clarify some of this stuff. Show me the Emperor in reverse for Aries. The Knight of Cups. Yeah. So the Knight of Cups comes in with a cup of love, right? Offering a cup. And that's you, and you're being seen as cruel instead of that sweet knight with a cup. The expertise. Yeah. So you're trying to lend your expertise to put this person back in balance. There is an imbalance here. That's obviously Libra energy, but you know, more than, and that's Cancerian energy, but you know, more than that, you see an imbalance here. You see something's wrong. You clearly see what they need to be doing, and you're getting frustrated because they're not seeing what you're seeing. In fact, they're looking at you like an ogre for mentioning it, it seems. Show me this focus. Yeah, see, you have focus. You can see very clearly. You want to see them on a new path. You want to see them, you know, straighten up here. You have the Chariot, which in this deck is anger. You're angry because you're waiting for them to see what you see. You're angry that it's just not happening. This is a dead end here. You have the Five of Pentacles as an outcome here. I think you're wasting your breath here, Aries. I think that whatever it is you're trying to accomplish is going to fall on deaf ears, and they're not going to see. They're going to feel a certain way about it. They're going to feel not good. Not good. You have your outer core here, and when I see this outer core card, it could be you just hardening up. Honestly, after you get angry, you just sort of get hardened up, and you're like, okay, the hell with it, and you just close up and you get hard, you know. And I could see the anger coming out of an Aries when they're frustrated like that. You do, now let's dig into this a little bit. You do have harmony after this. I think once you give up and walk away from this situation, and when I say walk away, I don't know who this is. This could be somebody that you can't walk away from, like your child or your mother, or you know, somebody that is important to you. It could be your boss. I mean, it could be a coworker. It could be anything. But you find harmony here, Aries, when you just decide to let it be, and you decide to stop trying to push your opinion onto them, even though your opinion is correct. You are correct in this situation, and I think you know it, and I think that's frustrating to you. You have inexperience with trying to, it seems as though some of you have inexperience with a situation like this, where you know how right you are. You're trying really hard to show this person what's going on, and they're just blind, deaf, and dumb. They don't want any part of it. And you feel helpless in the face of this. You feel helpless. You don't have experience with this. I think you're used to being heard. You do have misinformation here. They might look at you like you're filled with misinformation about them. You're hesitating, which you know, honestly, that's what I said. You kind of should be hesitating. after a while, you're hesitating to even share your opinion with them. You have letting go. What did I say? Let go. And this doesn't mean that you have to, of course, in some instances, if somebody is that toxic, you need to let them go. But in other cases, if it's just annoying, you have to let go of trying to get through to them. And you have here the Lovers, which is commitment. You may be very committed to this person. This could be a partner, a love partner. It could be anybody, to be honest with you. It's anybody that you're committed to. You could be committed to your own child. Just because you walk away from trying to educate them about something doesn't mean you're walking away from them and you're breaking the tie. You're still committed. You have socializing. Yeah, so you get past this and you start becoming more, victory. You start becoming more yourself. I think if you let this go and you don't try to push it so hard, I think it'll come back around where you can talk in a more civilized way. Not that you weren't civilized, but they will be more civilized. They will be more open to you. But I think you need to let some time pass here, Aries. You on the other side, you do have an attraction here, and this attraction might be new, because you do have the Ace of Wands here. You have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands. This very well, for some of you, could be a marriage or a romantic partnership. If it's not, if it's a child or somebody else, you have somebody coming into your life that is going to give you the passion and the love that you may lack right now. And I got to tell you, if this is a partnership situation, it looks like it's going to turn out okay. You're going to get through to them at some point here, and you're going to have your stability. You have the Queen of Pentacles, and here you have a temptation. So it's going to be a little hot and heavy too. But here's the Wheel of Fortune. Your destiny lies here. Your destiny lies here. And you have the Moon here, which is your sole purpose in this deck anyway. Your sole purpose, your destiny. You're on the right track here. You're frustrated. You're having a frustrating week with someone, okay? So just take it as a snapshot here, Aries. You do have here, what you may not see coming is it is a pregnancy, but this pregnancy could be literal, of course, or it could be you pregnant with anything, pregnant with thoughts, ideas, abundance. It's abundant. It's fertility. It's really beautiful. That's beautiful energy. Actually, all the energy that we pulled from this deck past this situation is really beautiful. So you do have here fire energy too, and that's perfect for an Aries reading. So you have fire, you have passion, you have love, you have fertility. If you're looking to get pregnant, or whether you're a man or a woman, if you're looking to get someone pregnant or you're looking to get pregnant, the odds are really high in the near future here. If you're not, this is fertility on some other level. You're giving birth to something here. You may be giving birth to a brand new relationship. You may be giving birth to a brand new level to the committed relationship you're in. But there's something beautiful coming, is what I'm trying to say. Let's look at your manifestation cards here. You know what? Before we do that, let me put these back. Let me pull a couple of these tea leaves for you, okay? So, give me one for Aries, please. Give me one for Aries. You have yoke, feeling tied down, feeling frustrated. Yep. You're going to be frustrated with someone this week, Aries. There's just no doubt, okay? Give me one more for Aries, please. You have two. I'll take both. You have Tower, solid foundation, success with effort. And you have Woman, dealings or relationships with a woman. This woman may be you. This woman may be someone you're dealing with. This woman may be your daughter. I mean, There is a woman involved in this situation for sure. And there is a tower involved, and the tower in the tea leaf is a sign of success. It's a solid foundation. You have a foundation here, and that's probably why it's so fertile later. You are frustrated. You're trying to get someone to see your point about their behavior, and they're not seeing it this week. And it does look like it doesn't stay that way. Aries, give me one more. Give me a manifestation card for Aries. A light bulb, lucrative ideas. You know, that very well could be the pregnancy. I see it says lucrative ideas, new income source, new job, creative work. Beautiful. Let's look at the bottom of this deck. You have Buddha. Life's purpose. What did I say? That was in here. Your destiny, your life's purpose. I know for at least one of you, you're expecting a child, or you will be. And for others of you, there is a situation that you have in your life that may be frustrating to you this week, but it's not going anywhere, and it's going to get better, Aries. It really will be. Let's see. I will pull one more card for you. I'll pull a Moonology. Show me for Aries. Spirit, show me for Aries. You know what? You have two, and I'm going to take both. You have a time to give rather than take. And then you have it's time to release negativity. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. I think that what Spirit is trying to say is that you have to sort of give up on trying to get through to this person. I know that you're trying to help. I know that you're not being cruel, I know, or annoying, or whatever word they use here. But I think I think it's time to give up on this for now, and I do think it's time to release this negativity for now, and I do think that you should believe in the impossible. And I can't help but think that I'm telling you, it's coming in very strongly that somebody out there, more than one person, is going to end up pregnant for sure. And definitely this card is a very, very strong indication that you're going to end up abundant in some way. This is a great reading, Aries. I hope it helped. Big hugs.